Your New York Knicks lose to the Charlotte Hornets by a final score of 115-98. Back-to-back losses from your New York Knicks against the San Antonio Spurs and the Charlotte Hornets. Charlotte Hornets, ladies and gentlemen, have 18 wins. And they just beat the New York Knicks. 18 wins. Something is going on with this basketball team, and I don't like it. In back-to-back games, no creativity with his substitutions. Mitchell Robinson is out. You signed PJ Tucker. You didn't want to sign TJ Warren. Okiki, you didn't want to sign him because you knew your head coach Tom Thibodeau would not play them. You went to an 8-man rotation in a back-to-back. Please tell me what other coach is doing that in the league? What other coaches doing that in the league? This was an embarrassing loss from your New York Knicks. Embarrassing. You lose to the Spurs, who were without Victor Wembanyama, and you lose to the Charlotte Hornets, who have won freaking 18 games. 18 and 51 on the season the Charlotte Hornets are, and the New York Knicks just couldn't get it done. The Fire Thibs crowd is getting louder, man. It is getting louder. Look, it is getting louder. And I'm starting to hop on that train because it's nights like tonight where you play a back-to-back game. There's no creativity with your substitutions whatsoever. You don't give us any Tyler Kolek. You don't give us any PJ Tucker. You don't give us any DeLon Wright. Those guys can't even sniff the floor. You were getting outscored by your bench 30-0 heading into the fourth quarter until Campaign finally hit a shot. 30-0. Bench scoring was being out 30-0 heading into the fourth. 30-0. 8-man rotation in a back-to-back. You can't deviate from your subs because you're stubborn. You are stubborn, bro. This coach is he's a stubborn mule. He is too stubborn to deviate from his plan. Too stubborn. Nothing changes. You keep throwing out Precious Achiuwa out there. We have not seen Pacome Daddier. And God knows how long we have not seen Pacome Daddier. You mean to tell me Pacome Daddier can't replicate the things Precious Achiuwa is doing out there, which Precious Achiuwa is doing absolutely nothing out there? You can't develop anybody. You can't develop anybody in place of Precious Achiuwa. You can't give us some Tucker in place of Precious Achiuwa. Even Beauchamp. Throw him out there. See what you got, kid. It's a back-to-back game. No, you can't, because you know why? Because you have Tom Thibodeau as your head coach. He does not deviate from his plan. He does not want to play the guys who he doesn't trust. That is why there's a cap on this team currently. This coach has given me no other reason but to criticize him, guys. It's nice like tonight where Mikal Bridges was right a couple of weeks ago. It's nice like tonight where Mikal Bridges, I'm happy he said what he said, because you know who he's not speaking for himself. He's speaking for those guys. He's speaking for Kolek. He's speaking for Daddier. I mean, it sucks that Porty went down with an injury because he would have been playing right now, but it just sucks right now, man. You lose back-to-back games to honestly bad teams in the league. You're too talented to be losing back-to-back games to bad teams in this league. 98 to 115 to the Charlotte Hornets. And the crowd, I see you guys all in the chat. I appreciate all of you in the chat. I'll get to your comments, smash the subscribe button, hit the like button, all the good stuff. Just trying to get some things off my chest right now because the New York Knicks just simply are not playing a great brand of basketball right now. And you know, it's a whole plethora of things. And look, Daquan Jeffries, he was a 15th man for you last year, right? Daquan Jeffries was a 15th man for you last year. And he scored 14 points for the Charlotte Hornets tonight. And guess what? Daquan Jeffries scored 14 points as a New York Knick. And he matched that tonight as a Charlotte Hornet. Look, you're not going to get anywhere with this coach, man. You're not, man. I'm on the train, guys. I'm on the train. I wish I had a choo-choo train drop. I am on the train. I am on the wagon. You got me on the wagon. It took me a while to be on that wagon. I was leaning towards that, but I'm telling you, you're not gonna get anywhere with this coach, man. This coach is too stubborn. Nights like tonight, 8-man rotation and a back-to-back. Can't deviate from his plan. I'm on the train, guys. I'm on the train. And look, still got 14 games left this season. I get it. You're still gonna look at this point. You lose to the Hornets. Those people that said you probably not even going to get past the first round, you're probably not. I mean, losing to the Spurs, losing to the Hornets. I know, Jalen Brunson's coming back, and that obviously will help. I miss Jalen Brunson, by the way. But the way this Knicks team is playing right now, and especially the way this coach is coaching right now, I don't like it. I don't like it, man. Appreciate every single one of you guys in the chat. Let's get to your comments. I'm on the train. I'm on a train. Dibs, this should be his final year, man. This should be Tom Thibodeau's final year as a New York Knicks head coach. Move him into the front office. Give him a role. Get some new fresh blood in here that will deviate from their plan, that will get creative with substitutions and not just be stubborn because Mitchell Robinson's out. So you got to stick with 8 men. You got to, right? Only 14 games left of the season. I mean, you got to play these guys heavy minutes against the Hornets. You can't give us anything against the Charlotte Hornets. Really? When you had Daquan Jeffries killing you? Not killing you, but he was good for them. But he didn't play for us last year. You can't give us anything. You can't give us Tucker. You can't give us Beauchamp. You can't give us Kolek. You can't give us Daddy A. Call him up. I know he's not with the club. Call him up. No. You know why this? You know why this front office signed PJ Tucker and didn't want to sign a TJ Warren? They didn't want to sign an Okeke because they thought signing a Tucker, maybe Tom Thibodeau would play him because they know damn well if they would have went with a TJ Warren or anyone else, this coach is too stubborn to play him. It's too stubborn. It's too stubborn, guys. I'm on the train, man. It's time for this man to go, man. Tonight was just like the icing on the cake for me because, look, back-to-back, and I don't care about the excuses. I've heard the excuses. You went to San Antonio. It was a tough travel. Now you came to Charlotte. This was kind of supposed to be a get-right game. You get back on track. You have an easy schedule coming up. You'll beat Charlotte, and then we just go from there. You pick up your 44th win. But no, once again, you come out flat. You came out flat against the Heat. You came out flat against the Spurs. You're missing shots. You're not playing great defensively. Tom Thibodeau keeps giving us Precious Achiuwa in the lineup when Precious Achiuwa stinks. He stinks. He cannot play basketball currently. And I'm sorry. I love Precious Achiuwa. He's done great things for us. But Precious Achiuwa cannot play for this team. And Tom Thibodeau, you know why he plays him? Because he trusts him. He doesn't want to play everyone else because he knows once he does that, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. Appreciate every single one of you in here. Wayne says, preach on. What's going on, Wayne? El Figgy says, no bench development. What so ever. Exactly. No bench development whatsoever. You mean to tell me we're 43-26. This is why people wanted to see a Kolek. This is why people wanted to see a Daddy up to this point. So in games like tonight where you're down Mitchell Robinson, you can go to those guys and maybe, I don't know, they're rookies, they're young, fresh legs. Maybe they can give you a spark. But you know what? You're not going to see that because you have Tom Thibodeau as your head coach. And this has been happening for years, guys. This has been happening for years. Remember when Obi Toppin was here? The man didn't play over 20 minutes for a long period of stretch because he just didn't want to play Obi that long. This has been happening for years with Tom Thibodeau, and which is why I loved Mikal Bridges coming up, stepping up to this coach and saying what he said, because he said what everyone has been saying. And to be frank with you, this game sealed it, guys. I'm on the train. You guys got me on a train. You got me on a train. Tom Thibodeau needs to go. You did your job. You did your job. No offensive creativity whatsoever without Jalen Brunson. None. No offensive creativity. Once again, the Hornets go zone out of timeouts. Knicks just look like a high school basketball team out of timeouts when other teams go zone. They don't know what to do. And it has been like that for years. Years. You mean to tell me there's not play 1, play 2, play 3, play 4 out of a timeout? Man, Loud and Clear says, I will be on the Fire Thibs train if we lose to if Washington on Saturday. The Wizards will be the favorites at this point. Josh Guilford says, developing your bench is imperative when it comes to postseason success, but this is something that Thibs just can't get through his thick skull. Dis Rover says, choo choo, and I'm on the train. Sand says, Shamit stinks. Guys, the Knicks were getting outscored 30. The bench were getting outscored 30-0 heading into the fourth quarter, man. Precious Achiuwa stinks. Landry Shamet back-to-back stinkers. Stink. You stink. I mean, I don't even want to look at this box score. Like, I don't, because it's showing you all these guys that played when they didn't. Precious Achiuwa and Campaign and Landry Shamet, that was your rotation. And in back-to-back games, Hart almost played 40 minutes. And Obi almost 40 minutes. Bridges' minutes are down because he went up to the coach and said, play me less, so he's not going to play that much. And he was missing open looks. Knicks generated a lot of open looks today. Not generated a lot of open looks. They were missing a lot of open looks. And Obi was missing a lot of open looks. Hornets were playing drop coverage on OG Anunoby all game long, daring him to shoot. Kind of a weird game plan, but it worked. They kind of looked at his last few games, and they were like, look, he's been struggling from three. Let's sag off of him and make him beat you. And they were playing drop coverage on OG. He was missing shots. Towns finally got a damn foul call. Just ugly, man. It's just the bench, man. Terrible. It's just the bench. It's the bench, guys. Terrible bench play from your New York Knicks, and this continues to happen over and over and over and over again. Tyler Kohler cannot get any run, guys. He can't get any run. He's not doing things in practice to get Tom Thibodeau on his side. He's not. I mean, that's mainly what it is. You traded for DeLon Wright, not even playing. Can't even get in the rotation. Can't even give you 5 to 10 minutes on a back-to-back. PJ Tucker, he's on a 10-day contract. He's a cheerleader at the end of the bench. That's exactly what he is. They just signed him to another 10-day contract. Maybe they're trying to get him into game shape behind the scenes. He can't get on the court. Kolek can't get on the court. And it's baffling to me that your rookie, Tyler Kolek, who literally hasn't played a meaningful game until it was January. He's played garbage time minutes, but I don't count that. He hasn't really gotten to a game until I think that game where he played the G League, and then he played with the New York Knicks that same day. And even in that game, he was providing you offense, assist, like I'm frustrated, man. I'm super frustrated because I just don't understand it. It's like I do understand it, but then at the same time, I'm over it. Is what I'm trying to say. I'm over it. I'm over it. Like I hate when people say like, yeah, I know our bench stinks, guys. Our bench stinks. Like Shamit, you're not gonna like. He is what he is. Campaign, he is what he is. Precious Achua stinks. Right, he stinks. And when you don't have Mitchell Robinson, you're thin. So you would think, okay, let's get crazy tonight. Okay, Shamit, give me 15 minutes off the bench. Tucker, give me 15 minutes. Give me 10 minutes off the bench. DeLon Wright, let's see what you got. Landry Shamet sinks. Okay, DeLon Wright, let's see what you got. No. Tom Thibodeau is going to stick with his rotations, and he is not going to deviate from his plan. Never has, never will. It has been years, guys, and this is the same song and dance over and over and over again, which is why I'm on a choo-choo. I'm on a train. You got me on a train. I'm on the train. I was on the platform, but I'm on the train. I think it's time for Thibs to go. I think this should be Thibs' last year. I'm on the train. I was on a platform. Now I got back on the train. I'm on the train, guys. Tony says the bench doesn't stink, and the 3 players they use off the bench stink. Tony, the bench stinks. And if we're not going to see Kolek, we're not going to see our first-round draft pick, Daddier, who really hasn't – look, he's been playing in the G League, but, like, let him have mistakes out there. Play him. You haven't played him. Heavily touted Ryan Dunn. Ryan Dunn's providing things in Phoenix, and I know the contract had to do with that. That's why you couldn't sign Ryan Dunn because of the apron rules. So you didn't draft Ryan Dunn. Daddier took less, but you draft Daddier in the first round, right? And even Pacom Daddier, in the minutes sometimes he plays, he was giving us good things. This coach is stubborn, man. This coach is too stubborn. It's too stubborn. No offensive game plan. Jalen Brunson's out, and, you know, Deuce can't really – somebody else said it in the chat. Deuce, you need a floor general out there, man. You need – which is why I was on the train to get Landry – to get Tyler Kolek in there, because he can run the offense a little bit. Yeah, is he going to make mistakes? Yes, but who cares? He is a rookie. People make mistakes. Precious Achua is making a mistake play after play after play after play. Guys, there was a play. Precious Achua, first half, fast break. Josh Hart, pass the ball to Josh Hart. He is open, Precious. He is open. What does Precious do? Dribble. Look to the next bench. You got PJ Tucker throwing up his hands. Like, what the heck is going on? It's a confidence issue for Precious. I don't know what's going on with him. Precious Achua makes a mistake every play he's out there, and he still gets playing time. Right? He makes a mistake every time he's out there. He still gets playing time. So I don't want to hear that he's a rookie and, you know, I don't trust him. And I don't want to hear that, man. I don't. Like, anything right now is better than Precious Achua. Anything. And they keep going to Precious Achua and Karl Anthony Towns, and that lineup hasn't yielded good results for this basketball club. It hasn't. It hasn't. You sign these dudes to 10-day contracts for what? Just to fill the roster and just to have practice guys and guys on a plane playing cards. And these guys, use them. Use them. Be a coach. Use them. Find different pockets throughout the game where you can play Kolek, you can play different people, and use them. Isaiah says, can't wait for a certain Knicks content creator to try to defend Thibs. Still, man, I'm over it, man. Get him out now. Appreciate every single one of you in the chat. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, all the good stuff. Your New York Knicks have lost to the San Antonio Spurs and the Charlotte Hornets, who have 18 wins in back-to-back nights. They are now 43-26 on the season. Jared says Thibs needs to go. El Figi says OG is the only starter that was doing anything in the first quarter. I didn't even talk about the game because it's so ugly. It was so just like OG. I love what I saw from OG. He was playing downhill a lot, getting to the line, 8 free throw attempts from OG and Obi. But I mean, back-to-back games where you haven't really gotten anything from Mikal. Towns, I thought, should have got to the free throw line more, but he picked up a technical and foul in the game. Deuce McBride, 9 points, didn't really give you really much. I mean, you shot 25% from three again. It's not going to cut it. Precious Achiuwa, wow, he took 2 threes. Why? Why? Why is Precious Achiuwa taking 2 threes? Why? You're not a shooter, bro. You're not a shooter. You are not a shooter. Like, give it up. Again, I love Precious. Love the story. He's had great moments. Last year was amazing. You are not a shooter. 2 threes from Precious Achiuwa. Didn't make anything. Missing shots out the rim. Finally got a field goal attempt to go in the second half, right? I mean, no production from your bench. None. And Thibs just keeps hammering the same lineups over and over again, and it's not working. It's not working. The definition of insanity is keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Well, it's time to change it up, Tom Thibodeau. It is. The heat is on you, man. The heat's on you. Your seat is warm. I hope you know that. Your seat is warm. Nick says Achiuwa threes were in garbage time. That stat is a non-factor. Garbage time, like what is he doing? Practicing out there? You're not gonna make them either way. Like, you're not. He was missing a ton of stuff at the rim. Turnovers, 2 turnovers for Precious Achiuwa. Just killed one of the Knicks' runs too. And he had a bad turnover, and the Knicks were climbing back in this game like they did versus San Antonio Spurs. And I mean, again, Daquan Jeffries, former Knick, 14 points tonight, 14 points as a New York Knick. So, I mean, in front of Tom Thibodeau, right? You can't really write that. And I know it's 14 points, 3 of 5 from 3. LaMelo Ball, 25 points, 8 assists. Bridges, 10 rebounds, 15 points. Williams was killing him. Big block on OG Anunoby for Williams. 19 points, 14 boards, 3 blocks. Nurkic, Phoenix Suns fans were waiting to get rid of Nurkic, and Nurkic 2 of 2 from 3 tonight, guys. It's 2 of 2 from 3 tonight, man. 3 of 3 from the field, 7 boards, impactful stuff. Everyone that they played off the bench gave them impactful minutes. Diabate, Nurkic, Curry, Moore, Smith Jr., impactful stuff. We don't have that because of 2 reasons. Tom Thibodeau's your head coach, and our bench stinks. So, Hit him up says no 50 wins this season. Panama Ray says, I love OG, but he moves so stiff out there. Looks like RoboCop. What's going on, Panama Ray? Sands says, Precious missing heart underneath was unreal. Yeah, I mean, I just don't understand the obsession with Precious Achiuwa. Like, his demeanor, his effort is just totally mediocre. Like, I said it prior, it looks like his controller is dying out there. Like, it just doesn't look like he's giving the full effort. It looks like he's checked out. It looks like his confidence is shot. But you keep giving us Precious Achiuwa, and you keep making us watch Precious Achiuwa out there, and it's not yielding great results. You would think, all right, it's time to change it up. It's time to change it up, but guess what? You haven't changed it up. I can count on one hand how many times Thibs has surprised me with his substitution patterns. One hand. The whole tenure that he's been here. I remember there was a time when Obi Toppin closed out a playoff game over Julius Randle. I was shocked. The man doesn't deviate from his substitution patterns at all, guys. At all. He sticks to his plan. He's stubborn. And this is the results. Look, you're 43-26. I still do think you're going to get 50 wins. You're still going to finish number 3 in the East. But everyone who has been saying, I don't even think this Knicks team is going to get past the first round, I'm the one who was fighting back at them. But guys, after these bad losses, anything's possible. And I'm here to tell you right now, if the Knicks don't make it out the first round, it's bye-bye Tom Thibodeau. Bye-bye. Thank you for everything you've done. You changed the culture. You got us back on track. Move into the front office. Do your thing. Scout. Whatever you got to do with Leon. Whatever you got to do in the front office. Love you. I love you, Coach. Truly. Thank you. Thank you for everything you've done. But I think it's time. Look, I thought that Johnny Bryant was the guy. Johnny Bryant went to Cleveland. Now Cleveland's doing great things. You know, obviously this summer and how it looks like in the playoffs is going to dictate what happens with Tom Thibodeau. But during these past couple of weeks, I mean, you can go back to Mikal Bridges' comments, Josh Hart blow up on the sideline, the bunch of Knicks being buddy-buddy with Draymond Green at the end of the game, not getting Karl-Anthony Towns' back, to these bad losses against San Antonio and Charlotte. And, you know, I really don't know what to make of it, but Panama says 50 wins with the additions we made is an L in my opinion. Loud and Clear says Detroit dog walks us. El Figgy says I love your optimism, Ant. Look, I truly do think this Knicks team will make it past the first round. I do. But, you know, it's to be determined. Got the Discord up. If you guys wanted to call into the show, hit the Discord link. It's pinned up in the chat. I'll get to your calls a little bit later, just trying to get some frustration off. If you want to hit the Discord, then put yourself on mute, and then I'll get to you guys, because I know a lot of you guys want to talk, but that's, oh man, hit the Discord link. Appreciate every single one of you in the chat once again. Nick says Thibs is on an extension. What are we talking about? Nick, that doesn't mean anything. Like, that's sort of like the extension is okay. Like, people get fired on their extensions all the time. Right? And look, I'm on the train, guys. I'm on the train, and today got me on the train. I was on the platform. I said it, I was on the platform. I was debating on jumping on that train. I was debating. But I don't know. There's something just tonight just got me on the train, guys. I mean, I've been wavering back and forth, but a back-to-back, an 8-man rotation. And remember in the beginning of the season, he was running a 7-man rotation, guys, in the beginning of the season. And even then I was going crazy. And you're not I mean, I shouldn't say you're not developing your rookies or playing in the G League, but why are we seeing them? Why are we seeing a Tyler Kolek? Why are we seeing a Daddy in NBA game action? Why? Why is it so hard to just put those guys out there? If they perform, great, which we've seen from Kolek this year. He's poised. You see Kolek out there every time he's out there. He's poised. He's making the right read. Does he get hunted defensively? Yes, but I really don't care. Switch it up, man. Switch it up. And look, I know there's a part of me who it's not going to happen, but I'm just preaching to you guys that I think it's time for Tom Thibodeau to go. I do. Tony says I like Bridges, but I definitely would not resign him, and I honestly think Towns is what this team needs in order to bring a championship. You have to play both ends in order for greatness. Yeah, back-to-back and games from Mikal Bridges, 15 points tonight, 4 assists, 10 boards for Mikal. Get into the free throw line more, which is what you love to see. No, that was Miles Bridges, excuse me. 16 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, all 4 from 3. Goes into these weird funks where you can't hit a 3. It's weird, man. It's weird. 5 of 11 from the field. 8 free throw attempts. You love that. 16 free throw attempts from your wings tonight. OJ Anunoby just couldn't hit a 3. Once again, Hornets were playing drop coverage on him, and he just couldn't hit a 3. And, you know, McBride, 1 of 6. Josh Hart, 3 of 3 from 3. Hey, now. Josh Hart he was getting cooked some from the ball tonight, and defensively, you know, I thought the Knicks missed Big Mitch around that paint. Williams was giving them havoc tonight, man. Williams was giving them havoc. And 38 rebounds for the Knicks, 52 rebounds for the Charlotte Hornets. They got out-rebounded 52-38, 11 turnovers, only 7 turnovers from the Knicks. Obviously, they don't really turn the ball over that much. But it's honestly, guys, it's your bench. It's the lack of creativity on the offensive end. And it's just, Deuce McBride came into this game questionable. Honestly, this was one of those games where you could have just – sometimes you got to lose a battle to win the war. Towns out, Deuce out. I would have just sat them, man. I honestly would have. It's a back-to-back. You've been traveling. Sat them. Play the kids. See what they got. Go out there. They probably wouldn't have won the game. Maybe. I would have just laid this one out. Honestly. But you went 8-man rotation. Back-to-back tough losses, and that's all she wrote, guys. Knicks 43-26 on the season. This one stink. Yvette, what's going on, Yvette? Appreciate you in the chat. I just don't know what to say about the Knicks anymore. We never can count on the Knicks. Yvette, appreciate you in the chat. Hope all is well. I don't know what to say either. It's the roller coaster of a season. It's crazy. It's been one of the most craziest seasons I can remember. The roller coaster is real. Janky, appreciate the subscription. It's a roller coaster, 43-26, but you're kind of stuck in the 3 seed right now in the Eastern Conference, and Indiana won tonight. So I'm just going to the standings right now, and I'm gonna share my screen again. So Indiana's 3 games behind you in the loss column now. So losing the 3 seed is very possible. Falling back to the number 4 seed is a possibility for this New York Knicks team. It's a possibility. I didn't think it was a possibility, but it is. Especially the way this Knicks team is playing right now. I don't know, man. Detroit may just beat us in the first round. They may. At this rate, you could lose to Detroit. You could lose to Milwaukee. You could lose to Indiana. I'm just not confident in this way this Knicks team is playing right now. I'm not. And even during that Miami game, and I know we had a great win. I mean, you started extremely slow in that game. And this team, yeah, they miss Jalen Brunson. They do. They miss their captain. But even with Brunson, it was like you had these roller coaster moments. And what you're seeing right now is a coach struggling to adjust. Sticks to his plan. He's not going to adjust. He's not going to give us Kolek. He's not going to give us anyone else. He's going to just keep throwing Precious Achiuwa out there and just hope for the best. And that is not the recipe for success. Man, oh man, this one stunk, man. Got a lot off my chest tonight, man. I'm on the train, guys. L Figgy says the Pacers beat the Nets in OT. They may take the 3 seed. Sant says the whole Draymond-ish hurt the team. Should have had their teammates back. It's been a weird couple of weeks. The Bridges comments, the Draymond stuff, the Josh Hart sideline blow up. Weird. Wayne says for the first time this year, I literally don't even want to watch the game Saturday night. We're still going to watch, Wayne. Loud and Clear says, if we get the 4th seed, do we face the play-in? No, if we get the 4th seed, we play the – wait, if we get the 3rd seed, we'll play Detroit. If we get the 4th seed, we play Milwaukee. 1 and 2 play the winners of the play-in. Whoever that is. So, 4th seed right now, if you get the 4th seed, you would play Milwaukee because Indiana would play Milwaukee. 3rd seed would play Detroit. So, if you get the 4th seed, you wouldn't face the Boston Celtics in the 2nd round. You would face the Cleveland Cavaliers in the 2nd round. So, I mean, but at this rate, it's doesn't matter who the Knicks are going to face in the 1st round. I mean, it's frustrating. It honestly is. It's frustrating. Open up this post game kind of angry at Tom Thibodeau, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just upset. no creativity in his substitution patterns. On a back-to-back game, this man insists on having an 8-man rotation, doesn't deviate from his plan, doesn't play the Kolek. Daddy is not with the team, doesn't implement him whatsoever. He doesn't go to anyone else. PJ Tucker, Buchamp. I know these guys are like scraps, but what you're seeing from this bench isn't warranting them playing over these guys. So, I mean, you got to switch it up. You got to try something, and Thibs is not the coach to do that. So I pretty much said that I'm on the train to let him go during this summer. I am. And I know a lot of people will probably say I'm reactionary, but I've been kind of wavering here, and I think that it's time. I really do, because, you know, it's just extremely frustrating that these guys are not playing right now. And especially Tyler Kolek, who can actually run an offense, who can actually has really good passing skills, really sees the floor really well for a rookie. And it's just the same old song and dance from Thibs. And it's frustrating. The Knicks bench got outscored 30-0 headed into the fourth quarter. Daquan Jeffries put up 14 points in a Hornets uniform. He put up 14 points as a New York Knick total. Take that, Thibs. He was a 15th man for us, by the way. There's no creativity. Precious Achiuwa is just in a funk, playing terribly. And it's just a back-to-back, no Mitchell Robinson, but it's you knew that he wasn't going to deviate, and he didn't. It's weird because, you guys, you remember game 1 of the season where the Knicks were very thin, Precious was out, and Pacom Daddy played in that game. Game 1 of the season, and you're thinking to yourself, like, oh, is this a new Tom Thibodeau? Is he going to play Daddy? Is he going to be in the rotation now that you're thin? And that quickly changed. You didn't see him. You only saw him in garbage time. You really haven't seen him. You haven't seen Kolek until January 1st, honestly, where he's playing in meaningful minutes. And it's just one of those games where I think it's time for people that have been wavering to realize that I don't think this is the coach to bring us over the top. I don't. I think it's time. He's stingy. Like Meg says, Tom Thibodeau more stingy than the person at Chipotle. Oh, man. Let me get more meat. Let me get more rice. He's stingy. Tony says, I'm done with this team. I'm already playing for next season. If I'm being honest, Jalen wasn't hurt or not getting far with the coach, and this is the bench. Isaiah says, Ant, who we look to replace Thibs? Some considerations are Monty Williams, Mike Brown. Me personally, if the Heat decided to get rid of Eric Spoelstra, definitely. If the Miami Heat decided to get rid of Eric Spoelstra, I will. But I don't know. Call up Jay Wright. Ask Jay Wright. What's up, Jay? Coach these Villanova guys, man. You know how to get to them. You know how to get to Mikal. What's going on, Jay? Maybe call up him. I don't know. But it's either him or somebody. You call up Johnny Bryant, see where his mind is at. I don't know. But Castro, what's going on, Castro? Oh, man, what can I say? This was our game to win. But now after I seen the last 2 games, I'm on the train. We hop on the train, guys. Choo choo. I was on the platform. I'm on the train. Where we headed? All right, Mike. Let's get to Mike in the Discord. Hit the Discord. Let's get to your comments. Let's get to the Discord calls right now. Link is pinned up in the chat. Let's go. All right, Mike. Unmute yourself. What you got? Welcome to the show. Appreciate you calling in, Mike. Mike, you there? Go ahead.
All right, Mike. Yeah, my fault. I'm trying to get all the connectivities together.
Go ahead, man. What you got tonight? What you got?
Where do I begin, man? I try to keep it short and sweet, but I remember last season when the Pacers knocked us out. It was the first time in years, where I shed tears for the Knicks. And it wasn't because we lost, it was how we lost. And my concern was, okay, what's gonna change from this point on? And are things gonna change? When we were getting injured, we was getting, out hustled, out worked. This every sign was we need to get younger, we need to get more fresh legs out on the court as much as possible. And over the summer when we did everything and we did great, fine. But I was looking to see what production is going to come from the bench. Starters, fine, great, but the bench production is a big problem, and it's not the production, it's how they're being used. Like you said, how they're being used. So if you got, for example, a Precious Achua, who I've been saying this guy is garbage and he needs to go. He shouldn't even came back. I was surprised that by the deadline he was still in it.
Yeah.
Like, he should have been in a something. We could have used him to get maybe Hunter. We probably could have got Hunter in a trade. You know what I'm saying? So it's just the ideas, the concepts. They're getting prehistoric. They're starting to look prehistoric even in the games. Everything that Tibbs is doing is he does it, and then the coach does something else and outdoes him every time.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. I love Tibbs. He's done an amazing job, and I respect him. He when he took over, he did his thing, and honestly, at this point, I hope he does another what he did the last time he was about to get fired, where he pulled some Thibodeau magic, and then we took off from there. So, I always love Tibbs. I respect him, but it's time for him to move on. And I always say, don't fire him. Move him upstairs. Brad Stevens him. Give him $1 more. Keep him. We love him. Don't fire him because it's going to be detrimental. Keep the core the same. We got Leon. We got worldwide. You know what I'm saying? We got all the
Yep.
core, the front office. Everything is fine, but it's the ideas that's killing us. The concepts. Yesterday, what Mitch Johnson did was exactly the point I'm trying to bring across. Every young coach is running circles around Tibbs.
Yeah. It's time.
Every game.
It's
It's time.
I think it's time, and I love what you say. The in-game adjustments. You see the young coaches in this league. I saw it in the second half. Knicks after every single timeout. Teams know that the Knicks, they struggle when they go zone. They throw them
Oh,
off
I
their
was
game
just
plan,
about to say that. Yep.
and
We turn into dun with as soon as they as soon as the zone come out.
yep,
That's it.
that's it. That's it,
But the
man.
the coach who I think that can bring us to the next level, the coach he won the championship, but we don't see him. He won the championship with Boston. His name is Sam Cassell. Sam
Hmm.
Cassell was a hell of a player, hell of a defensive player, point guard. He ran the hell out of an offense. I don't know if whoever knows Sam Cassell or seen him play his games. He is a genius,
Yeah.
and I believe that that's one of the reasons why the Celtics is as good as they are. I think we could snatch that up. Give him a job, give him a head coach job, and get this thing right.
Look, depending on what direction you go, you gotta have options, right? I think I'm not worried about the options. I'm just worried about, do the Knicks have it in them to get off of Tom Thibodeau, right? And
Right.
it's look, the roller coaster of the season, and I think it's time, Mike. I'm on a train. I'm on a train with you, man. I think it's time, and it's you see it on
Yeah, I think that was.
yeah.
Go ahead, sorry.
No, you see it during the games. I mean, it's
Mm-hmm.
the 8-man rotations, like you said earlier with the
Right.
bench. I mean, he hasn't really developed the bench this year, and I know, look, our bench isn't that great, but you should know that coming in to the season, your assets
Yeah,
are very thin. You don't really have picks to improve this bench, so you need these
bingo.
rookies to develop. You need a Kolek, you need a Daddy. You need these guys to develop in the future. So if you decide to trade them, you can trade them for something. But right now, their value is null,
Right.
and you're just not playing them. We're not seeing them, and
Exactly. And
you keep throwing Precious at us, and it's just not working, and
exactly.
it's frustrating.
Every time I see Precious, I want to vomit. I want to vomit.
Yes.
Every time. I just my head goes into my hand, and I'm like, this is not plus basketball when
Yeah.
he's on the court
Yeah. Yeah. Mike, appreciate the
at
call.
all.
Appreciate the call, man.
No problem, man. I'm a holler. I'll be in the chat.
All right. Appreciate the call. El Figgy. What's going on, El Figgy? Please unmute yourself.
Oh,
Hold
what's
on.
going on? What's going on? Hello?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, what's going on? I mean, it's two bad nights in a row. This is we're getting to the point now that, you know, he's just stubborn, man. And this, what I don't want us to fall into is look at the Sixers, for example. I mean, you know, their team just obliterated this year. We're not there. I'm not going to say that we completely, are falling apart over here. But look at Thibs, man. He does not play the rookies until he absolutely has to, when his back is against the wall. When Cat is injured, we don't have Mitchell Robinson yet. That's when he started Huck Cordy. We can have a Benedict Mathurin on our team. We would never know. That guy he won that game today for the Pacers, but we would never know because Thibs would bury him on the bench. We don't have 2, 3, 4 years to figure this out like the Boston Celtics did 5, 6 years ago. Jalen Brunson's in his late 20s. Josh Hart just turned 30. Mikhail's about to turn 30. Our guys are all in their late 20s. We don't have 5, 6 years to wait for this team and for Thibs to figure it out. We don't have this time. We have to figure out a way to develop our rookies. To your point, if we want to make them tradable pieces, or if we're going to just develop them for us, because I'm telling you right now, this kid Tyler Kolek, all the analysts, everyone, all they do is talk about this kid. If you ever watch any of these kind of these little indie, podcasts, they see a lot of potential in this kid. He is going to get picked up by some lucky team, and he is going to burn us every single night he is out there, and he is going to make Tom Thibodeau regret the day he passed him over for Deuce or whomever. We have got to learn how to develop young talent on this team, or this is an old school mentality that Tibbs has. When for whatever reason, he puts his trust in Deuce, he puts his trust in Precious, he puts his trust in whomever, and he will ride you. He will put you out there for 40 plus minutes. Even if the other night, Josh Hart, 0 points. Tonight, went scoreless for 3 quarters. I mean, but when you have his trust, he'll keep you out there for 40 minutes a night. He won't even try something different. This is an old, stubborn, mulish way to coach a team, and it doesn't work in the modern NBA.
Well said. All valid points. Getting the fire calls tonight. I appreciate you guys calling in. Stubborn, El Figgy. He's super stubborn. Look, in terms of Tyler Kolek, the Knicks have him on a rookie contract, so I don't really think he's going to go anywhere. But I just think that, look, Tibbs he's a smart guy. He's a smart coach, right? And he knows what he has. And the thing is, if he doesn't see it in practice, he's not going to play you. And it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way at all. I mean, you're down some guys. You're down Mitchell Robinson tonight. You've been down Jalen Brunson. And when Jalen Brunson went down, I thought, okay, this is Tyler Kolek's opportunity. We haven't seen him. And it's just been some bad losses. Josh Hart just came out and said, the way we're losing games is embarrassing. Said it's not indicative of a Thibs coach team or a New York team. That's from Josh Hart, the words of Josh Hart. So, yeah. Terrible. Terrible. Appreciate the calls, El Figgy and Mike in the chat. Appreciate the calls. Those of you in the chat, you can hop into Discord. I'll be waiting for your calls. If you guys want to come in, voice your frustration, you can always do so. But the way we're losing games is embarrassing, guys. Those are the words from Josh Hart. Wayne says Jason Kidd for a head coach. Jason Kidd for head coach. Sam Cassell. Right. There's names out there. I'm not worried about the replacement of Tom Thibodeau. I'm not worried about that. But it's time. You got to do it. I put a poll in the YouTube chat, guys. Should the Knicks fire Tom Thibodeau? So far, we got 13 votes in that poll. Yes is at 85%. No is at 15%. I get it. I get the no's. I do. I was on the platform. I was once a no vote. But now I'm a yes vote. Things change. I can change my mind. When you lose to the San Antonio Spurs and who are not even in the play-in, and the Charlotte Hornets, I'm on the yes train. I'm on the train. And look, still got some games left. Still got the first round to change my mind. Second round, if they make it, to change my mind. But I've seen enough. I have. It's a trend. And he's had, Obi Toppin. Remember him yelling at him in the tunnel? Dumb ASS. You know what Obi Toppin said about Tom Thibodeau? Remember when Obi was here? He was barely playing Obi. That's why Obi Toppin wanted out. Right? They traded Grimes. Grimes is balling out, and I know he's balling out for a crappy Sixers team. And without Grimes, you wouldn't have got Mikal because you wouldn't have got that Bogdanovich contract. So, Mike says, question should have been, should we promote or fire? Yeah. Should have been, Mike. Should have been. I think they're going to promote him. I don't think they're going to fire him. I think they'll move him into the front office. I was on this train last year, guy. I mean, I was saying this last year. Maybe that they'll move him into the front office, and we'll just go from there and hire Johnny Bryant as a coach and just go from there. But I just think, the way this coach plays, I mean, shortening your rotation on the second night of a back-to-back, like CK says on Twitter, is insane. Second night of a back-to-back, you don't extend your rotation. No, you don't extend it. You shorten it. How does that make sense? It doesn't. It doesn't make sense. Stubbornness. That's what it is. We got Isaiah in the Discord. I see you, Isaiah. Isaiah, what's going on? Welcome to the Knicks Nation postgame show. How are you?
What's going on, man? I'm doing good.
What you got?
I know another problem I feel we aren't calling out a lot too is that this team is starting out very slow, and they've been doing it all year, and I feel it's starting to mess them up now. Like starting off slow, not being aggressive right off the way. We've seen it all year. I feel like it's like every game. I feel like we're just not up to the pace of where we should be at, and it's costing us big time. I feel like even more now. And I think I don't know like why this team's doing that. I don't know why we're starting off slow. You don't see any other team doing that really in the league. Some teams come flying out, but it's a big problem. I feel like nobody else is addressing that really.
They started slow versus Miami. The Spurs, they couldn't hit a shot. Tonight they started slow. It's a trend. And what do you point that to, right? What do you really point that to? That's being prepared. Preparation.
Yeah.
You're not prepared. You're coming out of halftime. Okay, Thibs is making his adjustments at halftime. Knicks in the third quarter are playing better. But it's like they're just not focused, Isaiah. And you're seeing that with these losses. And look, you're going back home to an easy schedule. Now that you can go back and you go back to MSG, get in your own bed, this and that, and I gave them the excuse yesterday about the loss, about the travel, going from San Fran to New York to San Antonio. It's rough, but let's not forget this is the same Knicks team that were pretty much home for the entire month of January. So now you're gonna travel a lot.
No, yeah, I get it. I just like you said, it's not being prepared. I just think it's on the players and the coach. I don't as much as I blame Tom Thibodeau, I think for that specific thing, I think it's on both. I just can't fully blame Tom Thibodeau right there. I just think it's on both guys. It's like, what are we doing? Like, are we not like really practicing, in the shoot around? Like, we're not trying, like to hit shots. Like, we should be, like you say, locked in, and we're just not doing that.
Yeah, look, if you were to give me a pie chart, I would do 60-40 coaching and 40% players. I mean, I don't know how you.
Yeah, I agree with that. No, I agree with that.
Look, this is not to take blame from the players too. They gotta hit their shots. They gotta perform as well. But tonight was alarming because of the bench. I mean, they were playing like crap. You keep throwing presses at you out there, and you're not deviating. You don't want to deviate from your plan. You don't want to extend the rotation because of why? Because you're Tom Thibodeau. So
yeah, but the thing is though too that I get that, but honestly, I know we're not developing him, but are we gonna like really get somebody next season? Like, do you really see that happen too? Because it's like, what if we do get somebody and he's just not gonna play him because it's hard stubbornness? Yeah, let's get some good guy, and also then let's not play him because I like to trust the guys that I don't want to trust, not play anybody else. So it's like I don't know what they're gonna go from here. As long as he's under this team doing what he's doing, we're not gonna win. That's simple. We're just not.
Hey, Isaiah, appreciate the call.
Thanks, have a good night.
Yep, you too. A lot of people feel like that, ladies and gentlemen. As long as Tom Thibodeau is a coach, we are not going to win. The New York Knicks haven't gotten past the second round. They've gotten to the second round and haven't gotten past the second round. Came one game away from going to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. And let's not forget, guys. Look, we had the bench in the postseason last year. You had Bogdanovich, he went down. But let's not forget, it took him a while to play Burks, right? In the playoffs last year. It took him a while to go to Burks. And then once he went to Burks performed for us. And then people were like, you see what happens when you listen? Let's not forget that. Obi Toppin, I remember stretches of him not playing over 20 minutes. Many games, which is why he wanted out. If you give a coach this starting five, this elite starting five, this offense hasn't been the same since the beginning of the season. I know we're down our captain. It just hasn't been the second-ranked offensive efficiency that we were seeing. If you give him 5 elite players in the starting 5, he's going to utilize them. And when you give him a bad bench, it's a recipe that we're seeing now. And you know that he's not going to play the rookies unless somebody gets to him, knocks on his door, which Mikal Bridges was trying to do. Mikal Bridges was speaking for the rooks. He wasn't speaking for himself. I'm pretty sure he wasn't speaking for himself. Mikal, I'm sure, was having many conversations with the rooks, Payne, and whoever. And he was like, all right, I'll talk to him. I'm Iron Man. I haven't missed a game. I'll talk to him. And that's when that story came out last week, and this is what we're seeing. I mean, no Tyler Kolek, no Daddy, just no development of the bench. New York Knicks are in a funk right now, guys. Skies are falling, but the New York Knicks are definitely in a funk, and it's extremely frustrating. 24 votes on the poll, 79% say yes, 21% say no. I get it either way, guys. I do, but after tonight, frustrations. You can tell I'm frustrated, and I just think it's time for them to do something. And look, they're not gonna do it now. That's something that'll happen in the summer, and we just have to wait and see what happens then. But look, if the season were to end today, you would play the Detroit Pistons in the first round. And guys, before I thought the Knicks were gonna make work of the Pistons. Now I think it could be a long series. I do. Obviously, it lies on the health of Jalen Brunson. But before, I thought it would be a 4 to 5 game series, no lie, of facing the Detroit Pistons in the first round. And things are fluent, very fluent. You could play Detroit or Milwaukee, either one. But it's frustrating, man. Keith says it's time. What's going on, Keith? El Figgy says, if Miami parts ways with Eric Spoelstra, we snatch him. I hope Miami fires Eric Spoelstra. Please fire Eric Spoelstra so we can snatch him. Please fire Eric Spoelstra. D'Antoni for coach. Oh man, Knicks are in a rough patch right now, man. If you look at their schedule, it's just been a roller coaster of a season, guys. It has been. Yeah, anytime you just can't. The talent you have on this team, you can't lose to the San Antonio Spurs and Charlotte Hornets in back-to-back nights. You can't do it. You can't do it. And you got the Wizards on Saturday. Look, that should be easy work. Wizards should be easy work, right? But I don't know. Dallas should be easy work. Clippers coming in here, they're tough. Bucks, you're back home. You're probably gonna get to 50 wins. Probably 7 wins away from 50 wins, and you're past last year's win total this late in the season, and people don't feel the same as this year as last year. And different team, different personnel. I get it, but you're just not feeling good. And you see the writing on the wall, right? You kind of see the writing on the wall, and that's what kind of gives Knicks fans that's what gets us frustrated, right? And playoffs are a different game. I get it, but it's not looking good for this Knicks team right now. So appreciate every single one of you in the chat. Once again, Knicks lose to the Charlotte Hornets. I can't believe it, guys. I can't believe it. I really can't believe it. Isaiah says if we lose to the Wizards, man, you're gonna see a nuclear side of me next game. Mark my words. If we lose to the Wizards, I might just There's no way. There's no way, right? You're home. There's no way this Knicks team is gonna lose to the Wizards. And if they do, please come back to me. So El Figgy says, don't forget the Wizards took us to OT and Jalen had to do his heroics to pull out that win. I'm not sure about Saturday. Guys, anything is possible the way this Knicks team is currently playing right now. That's for sure. I'm trying to post some post-game comments for you guys. All I'm seeing is I see what the guys are saying. See what Tom Thibodeau said. Let's see what Mr. Tibbs said. See if he has the answers. Let's see if our coach has the answers, guys. I don't see anything regarding the Knicks talking yet. All I see is a Josh Hart quote, and that's it. So, all right, Josh Hart says, mental toughness, that's my big concern right now. We can make all excuses in the world. There's highs and lows in the season. Let me scare this. No one's 82-0, but the way we're losing games is embarrassing. We have to find a way to right the ship. We got to come out the next game with more intensity. Desperation starts with myself. Look, he's saying all the right things. You got to love what he's preaching out there. Deuce, 90% of the game is mental. If you think you're tired, got to come out tired, late on rotation. Forget to box out. Shots not falling. Guys, including myself, hard to lock in, figure out the ways. Doesn't always mean making shots. It means got to lock in even more on the other end. Yeah, look, they're saying all the right things in the media. Just I'm waiting for Tom Thibodeau, but you really haven't seen anything from Mr. Thibs. So, yeah, I can't believe it. Jalen had to drop 55 to beat the Wizards. Guys, we're gonna beat the Wizards on Saturday, man. If the Knicks lose on Saturday, it's a massive disaster. That's a disaster class, man. And look, Jalen Brunson is 4 games away from I think being eligible for All NBA. I do think he's gonna come back, but it was a bad ankle turn. Right, the update on Jalen Brunson is that he is shooting lightly. The boot is off on Jalen Brunson, so that is good news. The boot is off on Jalen Brunson. Hopefully he get back soon. But either way, I mean, one man, Jalen Brunson, that just shows you how much he means to this club. I mean, guys, you're talented enough to beat the Spurs and the Hornets. You got talent. You got Anunoby. You got Bridges, Deuce, Hart. Bench aside, you should still beat the Hornets and the Spurs. Nick Russo. What's going on, Nick? I think the Knicks stopped playing for Thibs. Bridges meeting with Thibs is a lot more serious than what was said. Nick bringing the heat in the chat. I think the Knicks stopped playing for Tom Thibodeau. Well, Nick, it looks like it. I'm not going to deny it. It looks like it. He's not going to play anyone else. You trade Jericho Sims to Milwaukee, and I know Jericho wasn't performing for us, but he got hurt. He was playing for Milwaukee. They were playing him. He was grabbing rebound after rebound after rebound for them. He was catching lobs from Dame. They were utilizing him correctly. Then he unfortunately got hurt. You trade DeLon Wright for depth. I thought Wright was going to play. Haven't seen him. And I'm not saying he's a savior, but you're not utilizing these guys. Kolek, Daddier. I don't know that your bench is so terrible because you're just not being creative with the substitution patterns. You're just sticking to the same thing. And sometimes these guys don't have it. And when your bench is this poor, maybe you should deviate to some other players. All right, Payne doesn't have it tonight. Let's see what Kolek has. All right, Precious doesn't have it tonight. I don't know, Daddier, if he's up there. PJ Tucker, let's see what he has. It's just you're not seeing any creativity in terms of Tom Thibodeau's substitution patterns, and it's showing on the court. Just Robert says JB probably ain't going to be back until April, and he's going to need a week or two to get back into shape. Yvette says, I really think the Knicks was a much better team last year. Yvette, a lot of people feel that way, Yvette, but different team. And Isaiah Hartenstein, a lot of people don't talk about this a lot. Isaiah Hartenstein was really the domino that changed everything. Like him leaving on his own and picking OKC. Knicks wanted to sign him. Him kind of making that decision, and he was entitled to it. It kind of changed everything. And major piece that left. Joel Skillford says relying so heavily on one player is not sustainable for any team. And look at the game February 12th till now. We haven't beaten teams by double digits. It's a lot of close games. It's fascinating. It's fascinating. Look, we beat Indiana by 13. Close game, blowout, close game, blowout, loss. Sacramento's the blowout that we had. Close game. Look, this Knicks team offensively really hasn't been the same as they were beginning of the season. Like, guys, where is this team right here? 140. Remember they were putting 140 in back-to-back nights? Where is this team? Offensively, they've just... Like, I'll try to go through the numbers, but they just really haven't. Like, December was a good month for them. They were clicking. Offensively, they were awesome. And defensively, everyone was like, just wait till Mitch comes back and we'll be fine. And now defensively, we're fine now that Mitch is back. But offensively, it's like teams got the book on you now. And the Knicks just haven't figured out a way to combat that. And that's coaching. Mike says, Ant, I said it in the first game of the season, teams are going to start to copy and paste. Celtics got up 3, everyone else gets up 3, switch to a zone, everyone switched to a zone. So yeah, Mike, it's copy and paste. You know, like you said in the call, it's just the dinosaur Thibs, man. It's just the same thing over and over again, and teams read him. They know he's not going to change. You call a play out of a timeout, the opponent goes zone. And the Knicks don't have a plan for that. Tonight, Hornets were going zone a lot. Not a lot, but they were going zone in spurts to kind of throw the Knicks off their game when the Knicks were making their run. And the Knicks couldn't combat that. So Isaiah says, yeah, where's the team that made history with 4 out of the 5 starters scoring at least 40 points before January? And come on, everyone has been watching film on us and have shut down our offense, and we don't play defense. Yeah, film caught up to us, So as I said prior, people watch film, and the Knicks just haven't figured out different ways. And now that you have Jalen Brunson out, I mean, it's going to be tough, but they just haven't figured out ways to generate easy baskets. And to be honest, tonight I thought they were open quite a bit, and they were just missing. And Anunoby, like I said, Hornets were playing drop coverage on Anunoby. Mark Williams was kind of guarding Anunoby at times, and he would drop off Anunoby, and the Knicks made an adjustment, and they were getting OG Anunoby the basketball, and it's like they were daring Anunoby to shoot, and he was shooting because he's a good shooter, and he's just been in a funk. And the Knicks have been struggling from 3. They struggled versus San Antonio, and they struggled tonight. So frustrating, guys. Extremely frustrating, but got another opportunity on Saturday. Appreciate every single one of you. Let's see if anyone's in the Discord. Nope. All right, guys. Appreciate every single one of you. I'm out of here. I'm going to go try not to watch this one again, but appreciate you guys. If you guys wanted to become a member, I do film breakdowns. You become a member for $4.99 a month. It really helps me out. On YouTube, I do film breakdowns every single Sunday. I post a video for the members. Appreciate the members. Loud and clear. Mike, appreciate you guys for becoming members, and thank you for the support as always. I'm Anthony. I'll catch you guys next time. Have a great night. Enjoy it. Peace.